Why? Why are you doing this? What is it you hope to achieve? What gives you the right to take so much? What makes you think you can decide the fate of so many?
Decide their fate. You misunderstand me. I am not deciding. I am executing what must be done, what has always been inevitable. The fate of this universe is not determined by those who fear loss, but by those willing to embrace it. You see destruction. I see salvation. You see chaos. I see order finally taking its rightful place. You cling to your frail ideals because they make you feel safe. Fairness, mercy, equality, these are the lies you tell yourself to sleep at night. But tell me, has fairness ever stopped suffering? Has mercy ever prevented chaos? Has equality ever bred peace? No. These things are illusions. Comforting, yes, but false. They distract you from the harsh truth. Survival is a privilege, not a right. The weak have always feared the strong. They fear the power to act, to decide, to create and destroy. But what they do not understand is that power is not something to fear. It is something to revere. It is the force that drives evolution, that shapes history, that ensures the survival of what is worthy. I do not destroy for the sake of destruction. I destroy to preserve balance, to create a future unburdened by the weight of excess and weakness. Balance is not kind. Balance is not merciful. Balance does not care for your cries or your prayers. It simply exists, and when imbalance arises, it must be corrected. That is where I come in. I am not the hero of this story, nor am I the villain. I am the inevitability that neither side dares to acknowledge. You question my right to act as if the universe has bestowed it upon me. It hasn't. I took it. Because power is not given, it is claimed. It is earned through will, through sacrifice, through the unyielding resolve to do what others cannot. You call it arrogance. I call it truth. And truth, no matter how bitter, cannot be denied. You stand there trembling, asking me to justify myself. But why should I? Justification is for those who doubt their purpose. I have no doubts. I have no hesitation. My resolve is unshakable because I have seen what happens when the strong falter, when they allow the cries of the weak to cloud their vision. Chaos reigns. Entire worlds crumble under the weight of their indulgence. That is not mercy. That is failure. You think me cruel. You think my actions heartless. But tell me this. Is it truly cruelty to let a forest burn so that new life may grow? Is it heartless to prune the branches that strangle the tree, threatening to bring it crashing down? You see pain and recoil. I see necessity and act. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the catalyst. It sharpens, it refines, it teaches. You hate it because you do not understand it. You think pain is something to avoid, to escape, to erase. But pain is where strength is born. Only those who endure it, who embrace it, can rise above it. You call me a tyrant because you cannot comprehend my vision. You think I destroy for the sake of destruction, that I revel in the chaos I create. You are wrong. I take no pleasure in this. I gain no joy from the suffering of others. But I understand what you do not, that suffering is necessary. The universe has grown soft, bloated with its own excess. Comfort has dulled its edges, made it fragile, and fragility invites collapse. I am here to prevent that, to strip away the fat, to carve the universe into something leaner, stronger, more resilient. You cannot build strength on a foundation of indulgence. You cannot create a future worth fighting for without first tearing down what holds you back. I am inevitable because no one else has the will to do what must be done. You look to your leaders, your heroes, your so-called saviors, and what do you see? Hesitation, fear. They cling to their ideals, unwilling to sacrifice them even when the cost is the very survival they claim to protect. They are weak, and weakness is not fit to lead. I do not lead with weakness. I lead with purpose. I lead with clarity. I see what must be done and I do it no matter the cost, because that is what strength demands. You ask what I hope to achieve. I hope to achieve balance, a universe where life can thrive without drowning in its own excess, a universe free from the chaos that weakness breeds, a universe where strength is not shamed, where power is not feared, where survival is earned, not assumed. This is not a dream. This is reality. This is what must be, and no amount of pleading, no amount of resistance, no amount of desperate clinging to your illusions will change that. I am not here to debate. I am not here to explain myself to those who cannot comprehend what I do. I am here to act, to fulfill the role the universe demands of me. I am here because I must be, because no one else has the resolve to stand against the tide of weakness and turn it back. You may hate me, you may fear me, but you will never stop me, because I am inevitable, and inevitability cannot be outrun. It cannot be avoided. It cannot be denied. So go ahead, beg, plead, cry out for your saviors. They will not come. They cannot save you from what is coming. They cannot save you from the truth. And the truth is this: the universe belongs to the strong, not the soft, not the timid, not the ones who shrink from the fire, but the ones who step into it, who endure it, who rise from it, forged anew. I am that fire, and I will burn away everything that is weak, everything that is false, everything that does not deserve to survive. And from those ashes, a new order will rise, stronger, balanced, inevitable. You think resistance will save you. You think your defiance is noble, that it has weight, that it matters. But let me ask you this: how many defiant voices have I silenced? How many so-called heroes have stood in my way, only to crumble under the sheer force of inevitability? You call it courage, but it is nothing more than a delaying tactic. You do not fight because you believe you can win. You fight because you are afraid to accept the truth. The truth is, the universe does not care about your resistance. It does not care about your hopes, your ideals, your cries for justice. It cares only about balance. That balance will be restored, whether you fight against it or not. You waste your energy in defiance, blind to the reality that your resistance only prolongs the suffering. I am not your villain. I am your reckoning. I am the culmination of every failure, every misstep, every indulgence that has brought this universe to the brink of collapse. You created me, though you will never admit it. You fed the imbalance with your greed, your arrogance, your unwillingness to let go of what no longer serves you. And now you dare to blame me for what you forced into existence. I am not the one who destroyed your world. I am the one cleaning up your mess. You call yourselves civilized, yet your so-called civilizations are built on exploitation. You take and take, draining the resources of your worlds, spreading like a plague, consuming without thought, without restraint. And when the consequences of your actions become unavoidable, you cry out for salvation. But salvation is not given, it is earned. And you have not earned it. I am not here to save you. I am here to balance what you have unbalanced, to restore what you have corrupted, to ensure that what comes next is stronger, more enduring, more deserving of survival. You cling to the past, to what was, as if it can be saved. It cannot. The past is gone, burned away by your own hand. You cling to it not because it has value, but because it is familiar. You fear the unknown, the change that balance demands. You fear the strength it takes to endure that change. But I do not fear change. I am change. I do not fear the destruction of what was. I see it for what it is. Necessary. Destruction is not the end. It is the beginning. It clears the way for something greater, something purer, something unburdened by the failures of the past. Do you see now? Do you understand? I am not here to destroy you. I am here to remake you, to burn away your weakness, your fear, your illusions, until all that remains is strength. This process is not painless. It is not merciful. It is not kind. It is fire, pure and unrelenting. It will consume you, test you, break you down to your very core. And in that crucible, you will either emerge stronger or you will be reduced to ash. That is the truth of balance. That is the truth of survival. You call me inevitable as if it is a curse. But inevitability is not something to fear. It is something to accept, something to embrace. It is the force that drives the universe forward, that ensures its survival, that shapes it into something greater than it was before. I am inevitable because the universe demands it, not because I wish it, not because I choose it, but because it must be. So go ahead, continue to resist, continue to cry out for salvation, continue to cling to the illusions that have brought you to this moment. It will not change what is coming, because I am inevitable. You can fight me, you can curse my name, call me a monster, a tyrant, a destroyer, but none of it matters. Your words are fleeting, your defiance a flicker in the vast expanse of eternity. I am not moved by anger. I am not swayed by tears. I do not pause for the weight of regret. The universe is a harsh, uncaring place, and only those who understand that truth survive. I am its truth. I am its balance. I am its reckoning. You will remember this moment, not as a tragedy, not as a failure, but as the beginning of a transformation. The weak cannot grasp it, but the strong, they will see. They will rise from the ashes, unshackled by the illusions of mercy and comfort, driven by a purpose they never knew they possessed. This is not the end. This is the beginning. I have stripped away what does not serve you, burned away what holds you back. From this moment, the universe will know order. It will know strength. It will know inevitability. I do not seek your forgiveness. I do not need your approval. I exist because the universe demands it. I am Thanos. I am inevitable. And this is just the beginning.